takes like 3 times. Jesse told me not to walk in front of this. Stay glued to here. We live stream this meeting now. I say we. Jesse presses magic buttons and the meeting is live streamed. I wouldn't have a clue as to how to do that. But welcome, everyone. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Dina Kretzer, and I'm a Regional Vice President with Arbonne. And this is our monthly meeting. We always meet on the first Tuesday of the month right here until we outgrow it, which I hope will be in just a few months. As, I know we've got a lot who are out tonight, but when they're all here, we are about to burst out of this room. But welcome to all. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Stacy. Thank you. So welcome to all the consultants and guests tonight. Those of us who are consultants love this meeting to be able to invite guests to just come and learn more, meet some of the others who are building successful businesses with Arbonne. We all see it as such a gift, one that we probably all thought we didn't want when someone offered it to us the first time, if we all could say, yeah. And but one that we have found to be an incredibly rewarding gift on so many levels, only one of which is the income. So what do we do at these meetings? We start out by sharing some solid facts about the company, about our products, about the opportunity. And my wonderful friend and executive area manager, Connolly Stewart, is going to take over in the middle and start going into exactly what network marketing is, because that can be so misunderstood if you're not familiar with that business model, which is incredible and has been called the most moral business model there is. It puts everyone on equal ground. No politics, and you're rewarded on your efforts, which I love. So just a little bit about me, though, before we get started, because I certainly was not always doing this. And so those of you who are hearing me for the first time tonight, it may just sound like I majored in this in college or something, and I most certainly did not, and would have bet my life I would never do anything remotely related to this. I was living a very ordinary, very happy, but very ordinary life, and just the difference is I saw an extraordinary opportunity in this, and I'm so glad that I jumped in 8 years ago. So I was introduced to Arbonne in 2006, first by trying samples of the anti-aging skincare line. Thanks, Laura, for setting up, and that's the orange and creamy bottles over there. And it made such a difference in how my skin felt when I squished every drop out of a little sample pack that I ordered it. And after a few weeks, it was making a difference visibly in my skin. And I was approaching 50, so I had tried my share of anti-aging magic potions, and none of them had done anything. I think some of them made it worse. And so for something to change how my skin felt and then change how my skin looked was pretty impressive. And especially at a time turning 50, and this one was getting married, and my skin was just looking worse the closer we got to her wedding. So I emailed my consultant, who I didn't even know. She was a friend's sister, was the connection out in Nebraska, and I said, send me more of those little sample packs, because all my friends out here are turning 50, and I can send you business all day long, because no one out here has heard of Arbonne. I kept asking, and still 8 years later, practically no one out here has heard of Arbonne. But so that is how she ended up mailing me more sample packs and saying, you need to look at the business. You're just naturally recommending the products to friends, and let me tell you how this works. And the wall went up. I was not one bit curious. I didn't care what money there was to be made in it. I knew I was not going to do one of what I called these things. And I didn't go to these things when they were at other houses, nor did I even politely respond to an invitation that I got to these things. Some of you are laughing because you've done the same thing. And but I had never done 1 minute of intelligent research into the business model of what I was lumping as these things and into any one company. And so I decided I was going to let her talk, not because I was getting interested, but because I wanted to be respectful of my friend, her sister. And so I said, let her talk. I wasn't going to listen. I was just determined in 10 minutes I was going to find a way to wrap up this conversation. And instead, what she could not have known, and so sidebar for all of you who are working as consultants, what you can't possibly know about the person you're talking to is what's behind. And what she couldn't have known behind my resistance was there was what I often call a sleeping giant inside of me that really wanted to be awakened. I had had a great many years being a happy stay-at-home mom. Loved that, but as we got on into their a little bit older years, middle school, high school, it was high time for me to bring in an income, and my husband had found, don't let your husband choose your job for you, he had found this pre-employment screening firm that we bought back in 2000, and my world had kind of shrunk to a fax and a phone and a computer and a home office and just doing background screening for client companies. I never met our clients. I never met the people whose backgrounds I checked. I just saw paperwork and typed things into the computer. And the trade-off was that I was home, and I was home when the girls walked in the door. I could run their friends around. I was becoming, I didn't realize, very unemployable because I had such great freedom in this. It was a short leash. I had to be back. I had to get the work done. It took a lot of time. But I was starting to love, even though I didn't love the work, I loved that I could go see their activities, that I could run their friends around, have their friends at home, see my friends. I could, take off a week and go to the beach when our family wanted to go and not okay that week with everybody else's vacation time. And granted, I took everything with me and worked at the beach, but I still saw that as a small trade-off for the amount of time freedom and getting to plan my day. And so, but as the years went on with that, and the girls left, and they were in college, out of college, and I thought, number one, I've got to do something different. My brain is going to rot in here. I'm bored to tears with this, but we own it, and it's a good business. So whatever I do can't be instead of this. It has to be in addition to this, because we were definitely not where we could sell it yet, or my husband wanted to sell it yet. And I also knew that we needed to do something to create a residual income, because both of us being self-employed, there was nothing residual about that. The day that we wanted to stop or had to stop for some health reason, maybe later years or any year, you don't know when, would be the day that income stopped coming in on both of those. And so that was a constant concern, but also I knew I could not spend the rest of my life in there. And I was at, probably 48 when I was starting to think all of these thoughts. So those of you who are, more towards that stage of life, my baby boomer friends out here, it is never too late to start something new. And I knew that I wanted what I did to make a difference in others' lives. It had to be meaningful. And I went back, I don't even know if I've ever said this part, that at one day, without a GPS back in those days and coming from Beach Road in Chesterfield County, I actually found VCU, not easy for me. I can do it now with the Garmin, and went in there to see just how much work it would take for me to get my Arkansas teaching degree, certified in Virginia, and all these courses that I would need to take. It was like a year and a half or something of coursework and an investment in a career I wasn't really sure that I wanted anyway, and at a time when I wanted to be earning money, not, paying more money out. I was like, gosh, I don't think this is it. What I did not do was look in the newspaper, because I knew without looking that there was not one ad in there that was going to meet all the requirements that had built up in my mind in these 6 years of self-employment, and something that was going to pay me what I was worth, because I'd already had a glimpse of not trading my valuable time for a set dollar amount, but instead building a business that was ours. It just wasn't residual, but it was step one. It was ours and not working for someone else. And as I thought today, I actually do think through what I'm saying so that I don't ramble in 10 different directions. And when I thought of that, did not look at an ad in the newspaper, I don't know where this semi-creative moment came from, so listen up. You may never hear anything written like this from me again. But I started thinking, because I'm not the imaginative one. I like to see good ideas and copy them. But I started imagining, how would an interview sound if I were on it now, after 8 years of owning my own business with Arbonne? Can you just see this side of my conversation? And I might have to look at some notes in this to say it like I wrote it here. But can you see me saying, as we get to the end of the negotiations, I am a really hard worker, and I will give 110% to anything that I start. And I have tons of energy, and I learn quickly, and I will try anything once. I will try anything new. There's just a few little things that I need to tweak here about this offer that's on the table. For one, I am not big on alarm clocks. I like to get up when I am finished sleeping. I don't like to run in the dark. I like to get up and I like to have coffee. I scratch that detox tea and fizz drinks depending on what month it is. I know, shh, to make this sound good. Everybody knows what I really drink. Anyway, I like to have my coffee, we'll be honest, and I like to read. And when it's light and I've had my protein shake, then I like to go run. I don't want to do the stuff in the dark so that I'm outside running and getting to work at 8. And you know what? My tennis team plays on Tuesday mornings, and so I really won't be in on most Tuesday mornings, but when it gets rained out, sometimes it just pops up the makeup match on some other day of the week, and so there's going to be some other mornings that I'm not in there too. And I had fun with this. I'm glad y'all are laughing. And some days I will be there, working for hours. You're going to see all the productivity, but there's other days you won't see me at all, but I can take care of business with a cell phone and the internet from just about anywhere. And then just a few more little things. I have 2 daughters who I dearly love. One of them lives in Charlottesville, and when she pops in town for a few hours on a day off, I want to be able to take her to lunch and go shopping. And the daughter who's here, she has 2 little boys that some of you all saw, and I love to spend time with them. And when she needs me to babysit for a long weekend or even a week, I may not be in here at all. And I love these little guys. And you know what? Every month, I want to be able to decide my income. The salary cap that I'm seeing here is not working for me because I want something that I have an unlimited potential to earn whatever I choose to do with this business. And so every month, if I choose to work more, I want to be paid for my efforts, and I want to have a pay raise for doing that. And I'm also really big on travel. And I like incentive trips, and I work really well for prizes. And so I would like for me doing just a little bit extra than what I would normally do, for you to reward me with a 5-star resort vacation to a different place every year. Now, y'all are laughing. I've earned all these, and you know me. And one more little thing. My car is 14 years old, and it is on its last leg. And for those of you who don't know me, this was the absolute truth. It was on its last leg, and the repair bill for what needs to be fixed on that car, minor things like signals and windows not working, is higher than what we can sell this car for. So what I need you to do is to buy a brand new car every 4 or 5 years, and you make the payments on it so that I never again have to pour good money into an old rat trap car or have a new car that I have a car payment for. Now, if we can just agree on all of those things, you got me. And then I hope y'all are having fun with this, but then I took it one step further and said, you know what, in return for all these privileges, I'm going to invest myself in others. And I'm going to wake up some more sleeping giants out there. And they're going to come in with the same set of requirements that I've just given, but they're going to go to work tirelessly, I can't say that, tirelessly for their dreams, because they are going to have vision, and they're going to see that if they work, that they're going to be able to start on that same level ground, and they're going to be able to create the life that they want and have the choices that they want. And you know what? It's going to be a win-win for you and for all of them. And as crazy as that sounds, I said you may never hear creativity again. As crazy as that sounds, we really have all of that. Y'all are maybe laughing if you're not familiar enough with Arbonne to think that sounds kind of far-fetched and silly. But for those of you who know and have been involved with Arbonne, you know that all those things are very real. And they're all exactly what we get to do in this. And, I remember hearing someone say once, this just sounds too good to be true. And I said, go look, go dig deep, ask any questions, look for the catch. But I'll tell you ahead of time, here's what you're going to find. There is one catch. Somebody tell me what it is. You work. There you go. And so that is the one catch. So I'm going to start off giving some of these facts about this business opportunity, and I'm going to start with the compensation plan. Am I in the way of that for anyone? Okay. Not as tall as I think, right? You start as a consultant, and we show you how to promote to district manager it can be in your first 1 to 5 months, usually the average 2 to 3 months. As a consultant, the average before getting to district, you can easily earn about $500 a month. At district, on up to $1,000 a month. And then the next promotion is to area manager, where the commission ranges from $1,000 to $3,500 a month. And when you see these ranges, it's because right when you promote to area, that's what your commission might look like, about $1,000 a month. And as you're going from area to region, will look like the $3,500. That note about it's willable at that level, it is. You can put it in your will that your husband, your children, they will get your ID number if something happens to you, and then they continue to receive the paycheck for 2 generations. And I have never heard of that anywhere else. And what a security that is, that you can leave that kind of a legacy, that kind of an inheritance for your family. And then the next is regional vice president, where it ranges from $3,500 to $16,000 a month, average being around $8,000. And this is where Arbonne replaces rat trap cars with white Mercedes. And mine has been paid off for a while now. And so the car bonus still comes in, but I'm no longer paying the car payment out. And when I was, Arbonne's payment was higher than our car payment. So we're going to go for about, hopefully about a year more with just receiving the car payment and not having to pay one out. And then I will hand down this old white Mercedes to my husband when his 1991 car can no longer go another inch. And then he can have mine and I will get another one. So when I said replace the car every 4 or 5 years, that absolutely happens. And I think for a family that drives cars until the day they die, it is really great. Not for the prestige of the Mercedes, but for just the reliability of having a car. And Arbonne chose the white Mercedes because the product philosophy is pure, safe, beneficial. So they chose the pure white, safe Mercedes for the company car. I can work with that. And then at the national vice president level, the average monthly commission is $22,000, although we personally know people directly up the line from us who are into 6 figures a month. And so when I said that income is unlimited in the potential, you get to decide that by your effort and by you just simply sharing the products, sharing the business opportunity, both of which I find very easy to do because I believe so strongly in both of them. Just like I never ever liked public speaking, but it was generally because I really hadn't thoroughly read that book I was supposed to be presenting on in high school and was hoping I wouldn't get asked a question that I wasn't too sure of. I love public speaking when it comes to something I know down to my core that I believe in. So it is a privilege and so easy to share this one-on-one or with a group because it's so real and it's such a best kept secret that people just don't realize out there. And many people would do this. In fact, we always say the number one reason that people don't do this business is because no one has asked them. So just a little bit about our product philosophy. We're a 35-year-old company, so that's a big celebration milestone this year. Our founder is Norwegian. He has since passed away since I started, but his vision was to create pure, safe, botanical products, everything being vegan, everything without the harmful chemical dyes and fragrances. I'm not going to read this word for word, but y'all can glance up here and see all of these different facts about it being vegan, about being gluten-free and soy-free, dairy-free, no synthetic dyes or chemical fragrances. And he was doing this before the world was waking up to why this was important. He already was way ahead of the times. Now, people are looking for an ingredient policy like this, and they don't realize that it's there. And when they do, they may start like me with the skincare and then begin to try other products until, many of my clients, most of them use all across the product lines because once they've found the ingredient policy, they want what they're taking in for nutrition to meet this. They want what they're putting on their skin because what goes on your skin goes into your bloodstream within 2 minutes. And so it's just as important what goes on the skin, something I was never told in any way, shape, or form for really until I started Arbonne and began to educate myself. And so just a word on the quality on the skincare. There are 3 grades. There's starting at the bottom, there's the American Beauty grade, there's the premium, there's the ultra premium. So American Beauty are all the brands you're going to find on the shelves in the drugstores, grocery stores. U.S. formulations, which are, I don't think I mentioned on the one before where it showed that everything is formulated in our own research and development lab in Switzerland. And why that is important is because we have to go by the European Cosmetic Union Directive, and they are very strict and ban over 1,000 ingredients from skincare that the U.S. uses, which is really sad commentary on U.S.'s their regulation of skincare. And so the American Beauty is, all U.S. formulations. In the department stores, you'll see the premium grade. And that's pretty much what I was using, just different department store brands, trying all kinds of different. Then I go down to American Beauty thinking I'm wasting my money even on the price of department store. French formulations, the ultra premium, I'd really never had an ultra premium grade product on my skin. I just, thought that's way too expensive. It's the Swiss, it's the appointment only type boutique places. And most other people, and Arbonne is an ultra premium grade skincare, but it's priced near the lower end of the premium grades. It's a price point around Clinique. It's way less than Estee Lauder, way less than Lancome, and some of those others that you can name. So that's amazing that you have this grade of skincare. And when people get the samples, often in the form, it's not showing me on there, does it need to? I don't know if the picture can just fade. Okay. When people get either a little sample pack like I was mailed, or they get a full-size set of the anti-aging products to try, and they've never had an ultra-premium grade of skincare on their skin, they see, like I did, they feel the difference, and soon they see the difference. And of course that's just one of many product lines in Arbonne. It is our leading skincare line because Arbonne was thinking of the baby boomers when they created this in 2003. The baby boomers, we are 2/3 of America, 1/3 of America, but we're 2/3 of America's spending. And the baby boomers, I am right there with this one. They want to look as good as they can, as long as they can, and feel as good as they can. They're the ones out there exercising and running and doing everything they can because our parents were not running and working out and paying attention to ingredients and all of that. And so this is, and of the generations coming up right behind us too. I remember asking Connolly once, who's getting ready to come up here, who are your clients? Mostly all my age, and she's early 30s, and she has plenty that are right there at her age because they're on the prevention side, and they're already thinking, I'm going to do the right things now so that I don't have to do the reverse and repair like I had to do. And there's other lines Connolly will highlight when she comes up here, but I'm going to have her come up now because she's going to take, we've got the company, the products kind of set for you, the compensation plan, but what's so often not understood is how network marketing works and why it makes so much sense. And so, Con, all yours, take over. Thank you.
You said stand right here, right?
Yes. Can you see yourself? Oh,
yes, I can. Okay. Okay, so hi, you guys. I'm Connolly Stewart, and just quick snippet on my Arbonne background for those of you who don't know me. My trade was teaching, so I studied education and psychology, earned my master's degree in teaching, and thought that I'd be doing that the remainder of my life, I guess. That's kind of what I always dreamed to do. But then things shifted as I got into the classroom, and things shifted bigger as I got married and got pregnant with our first son. Now we have two little guys. So Arbonne was introduced to me at the time that I was teaching, and it was just, to me, made so much sense. The things that didn't keep me awake at night with teaching, first of all, I was exhausted, so I was just like ready to go to sleep, but I wasn't excited when I woke up the next morning to go, you understand. Those of you teachers out there, you get it. It's a hard job, and the hours can be long, and it can be exhausting, day in and day out. So some of the things about Arbonne that kept me really excited was the ability to control my salary. That was really, really cool because I had never wrapped my mind around that before. And most of us haven't, especially fresh out of college, because generally that's not something presented to you. We follow a track, and that track, unless your parents really instilled that in you, the track really isn't, you don't have to have a boss. You can be your own boss. So when that idea was presented to me at a meeting like this, I just, like I said, I couldn't sleep. I had so many ideas going, and that was when, maybe that sleeping giant that Dina was referring to, for me, maybe that was that point for me. And then it's just further, grown as we've had our 2 sons, and we haven't had to put them in daycare. We've been able to choose to put them in preschool or whatever, works for our family, because personally I've been able to, more than replace my teaching salary. And I share that only because sometimes you don't know if that's a reality. And it is a reality. So like Dina says, it just takes the work that you want to put into it based on what your goals or dreams or desires are. And for us and my family, that's just kind of the start of it. So once you get a little bit of taste of the freedom and being, I guess, paid and compensated for what you feel you're worth, then you just start to dream bigger. So my husband and I just went out for dinner to celebrate my birthday, and it's rare we just go, because we have 2 young kids, a 1 and 3-year-old, it's rare we just go sit and, talk about our life goals and dreams, but that is important to talk about. And so the things we were able to share with each other about what we both desire, because, we're in similar sort of, with his occupation as well, it's similar, he can control his salary, so we get it. It's, 5 years ago, those thoughts wouldn't have crossed my mind. I would have been like, we are lucky to be at this nice restaurant, drinking a very nice glass of wine. So it just shows you kind of how your mind can shift if you are open to it. See, that's the real thing. You've got to find that part within you. And so that's what Arbonne personally has really taught me, to just find that I'm deserving and my family's deserving, and now the other consultants on my team are all deserving as well of the opportunity. It's just tuning into that and realizing that within yourself. And then this business really can absolutely be whatever you want it to be, and you can share that. So, got a little off track. I was just speaking from my heart. But, so what is network marketing? This is the business model of the 21st century. It's basically marketing via word of mouth. So we're sharing a product that we love and enjoy for whatever, whether it's the nutrition or the skincare, the makeup, the baby line, and we're sharing that with others, and then you're paid a commission on sharing that. So it actually makes a lot of sense because we trust other people's real life experiences. I don't really ever go to a restaurant or purchase, even like an article of clothing. It's going to be a big purchase especially. I definitely like a recommendation first of someone who I trust, who's used it before. Except in this, we're actually getting a kickback for doing that. And it's a very effective distribution system because you can see in the visual. In traditional retail, you have a manufacturer, wholesaler, warehouser, advertiser who takes actually a big chunk of the change, the retailer, and then the consumer gets the product. In network marketing, we have our manufacturer, the consultant, and then the consumer. And the consultant doesn't even hand deliver the product. The product's directly shipped from the manufacturer to the consumer. So that is great because, as on both ends, we love that. As consultants and our consumers like it too. So in traditional retail, all these middlemen take a little bit of money or a lot so that the consumer pays more than they should, and the person selling the product won't make, nearly as much as maybe they deserve either. I always say if we were selling Arbonne behind a counter, we'd make a lot less money and it would cost a whole lot more. So this is why you get, because we're sold through network marketing, this is why you get the ultra premium products, which Dina shared. So why is Arbonne the right choice? So when looking at a network marketing company, because there are a lot of network marketing companies, because it is such a growing industry, there are 4 key factors, and you want your business to have at least one of these to be a viable network marketing company. And Arbonne actually satisfies all 4. So I'm just going to go through each of those. A consumable product, you want to look at the marketplace demand, timing and trends, and the ability to leverage your time. So that one's huge. So I'll go through these. All of our products are consumable, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it, and sometimes you don't think about it until someone tells you, oh, duh, I want to sell a product that's consumable because then my client runs out of it and they have a reason to reorder it. So a lot of our business, our business is made up on several different levels, but some months your business might be just a lot of your residual reorders. For example, a month when you have a baby or your parent or spouse becomes ill, this is a time when this business, you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. And so think about, the eye cream that runs out in maybe 4 to 5 months, but think about the protein, which runs out in 1 month. So, this makes so much sense because it's not even like it's a consumable product that isn't helping our clients. It's a consumable product that our clients love and it's making them feel better. So all around a win-win. And this just goes through the different lines. So the skincare, I'm not going to go through each of them. But what this is showing is we don't just focus on one specific product. We can offer Arbonne to anyone, with skin and hair. Some of y'all heard that before, but we can offer it to anyone. And so I love our focus on our clean eating program, our 28-day clean eating program, because we can open up, our doors of what we have to offer to even more people, because everybody kind of right now is in a position where they would benefit from eating better and learning how to do that. So timing and trends is the next one. So timing is everything, and we are trending now. So that is true. Like, that sounds cute, but it's actually very, very true. So if you look at the health and wellness revolution, and this is kind of what I was sharing with the 28-day clean eating, holy cow, every day I see something new about, someone else looking to feel better or trying this new meal system or whatever it is. And so we have always had our health and wellness line. I mean, this isn't something that Arbonne just had to throw in to, keep up. And so it's really top notch. So we can go in, but it is just for example, our protein is vegan, it's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, it's soy-free, and it didn't just become that way, whereas you're seeing some others kind of trying to catch up. And then internet sales are booming, so meaning we can do work like Dina was saying. I can work anytime, but I just need my phone and my iPad, So we can take our job anywhere, and that's great on our end, but also our clients can order anywhere because our preferred clients and consultants have an ID, and they can actually go online and reorder on their own. That is such a win for everyone involved, because now I will help my preferred clients reorder, and some really love my help, but the majority of them I just show how to do it, and I show them how to get the best discount, and then wake up or just go to check my stats one day and I'm like, oh sweet, so-and-so did an order, and it's like, I know she did that because I showed her the best way to save money, and here she got to do it at her convenience. She didn't have to call me. If she ran out of something, she could just go on, reorder, and it's shipped to her, and we are paid a commission on that. And then business ownership is still the dream. I mean, when it says still the dream, I'm feeling like it's more the dream, because people are realizing more that this is possible. So when they're seeing other people like, us consultants who are jumping in and building our business, then others are realizing, you know what, if it worked for him or her, why can't it work for me too? I remember that was a huge motivator for me when I went to our conference and I saw it's working for all these other people, and it's just a system everyone's following. It seems too easy, but it's that trick of you're working. And where are we going next? So we are a global company. We're in the U.S., the U.K., Australia, Canada, Poland. Well, the list is growing in Taiwan and this year. So this is really cool because we have no boundary. So wherever you may know someone, maybe you don't know someone in one of these countries yet, but maybe you know someone here who does have a tie to someone in one of those countries. So I share that just for us to kind of keep our mind really open when thinking about where your business could grow. It's not just Richmond, Virginia. I mean, granted, there are a lot of Richmonders who could still learn about Arbonne and the opportunity and the products, but you know, it's really if you get your business in other states and then other countries, that's kind of the ticket, because those are people you're never going to go meet otherwise. So that's the early phases of the strategic globalization. So this is on purpose. I know I've been in Arbonne, over 4 years, and kept hearing, and we're going to expand into more countries, and we're going to expand into more countries. I'm like, when's that happening? But see, we didn't know the back end of it. It's been so strategic, and now it's about to boom. And so we are also still only at a 1% product awareness, which means 99% of people are a potential consultant or client. It's just that we have to kind of open our mouth in some way, shape, or form, or really be good listeners to hear someone sharing they, are wanting to feel better, or, hey, I'm a vegan. It's like, oh, well, listen, I have this. You may want to give it a whirl and see if you like it. And then this last one, time leveraging. So this is really where how you see. So when you saw the incomes that Dina put, or she talked about at the beginning, you wonder, how could someone make that kind of money? At least I did. Like, how can our personal national vice president, replace her physician salary doing this? That really boggled me. I couldn't understand it until I understood the time leveraging piece. So let's just say you dedicate, and 10 hours is the number we're choosing for numbers' sake. Depending on goals, some people dedicate more than 10 hours, a week. So let's say you dedicate 10 hours a week to your business. That right there is called direct sales, because you are directly selling a product and directly making a commission. This next part we're getting into is where we move into the network marketing piece as well. So then you teach 4 others to do the same. And so now you're being paid on 50 hours of work doing your 10. And then those 5 or 4 teach their 4. Now you're being paid on 210 a week, but you still are remaining to do your 10 to continue to, find other new people as well to share the business with. And then those 4, now we're all the way out here, those 4 find their 4, and now you're being paid on 810 hours a week. And so that's huge, because in all other jobs, you're either paid salary, meaning if you work overtime, you're still making the same amount of money, or you're paid hourly, which means you need to be present to be paid for those hours. And in this, that is not the case. And you'll see that time leveraging just so pay off when you get, like, oh gosh, even when you just have one person that you've taught and trained, and you see a reflection in your paycheck from that, then is when it really clicks. And you're like, I'm not just the only one out here, showing others, sharing products with others. There's someone else doing it too, and we're connected. And so why does our business work? Because it's a simple system for success. We shop from our own store instead of shopping elsewhere where you don't get paid to refer elsewhere. And we teach and train others to do the same. So the teach and training part's always been really fun for me, but it's, because I am a teacher by trade, but it's like the system's so easy, anyone can really kind of teach and train. It's just you doing the system right there is teaching others, because you're leading by example too. And so just sometimes I think that intimidates people. They're like, how am I going to teach a team? It's like, you're just going to do what you're already doing, and then you're going to show someone else how to do that. And we do this through one-on-ones, so meaning sharing the products, like through a tester kit or a fit kit of the wellness products, and group presentations, so small facials, small healthy happy hours, things like that. And then there are 4 ways to win in Arbonne. we're spending the most time tonight, well, we're spending all of our time talking about consultant, because that is where you will see the biggest benefit, for your life and the others that you can touch. And we make commission off of sales off of our retail sales, and then we make a commission off of our sales to our preferred clients. We make an override commission on our team sales. And that override commission bumps up as you promote to the different levels. We get cash bonuses from the district manager level and up. And incentive trips, they're great. Incentive trips, that's just a whole other thing. Maybe I was kind of in at the beginning for the incentive trip, because I remember there was a cruise, I remember that. But that wasn't my main goal. My main goal was to replace my teaching salary. But once you do earn a trip, and for some people that might be their main goal, is I just want to travel, or I just want to have an excuse to go on a trip with my husband, and no one can really say, you guys are going on a trip, because I earned it, we have to. So, and they're like, you're right, you did earn it, So that's a good excuse to travel and just have that quality time, maybe with a friend or a spouse that you really wouldn't take the time for otherwise. And you're going to just be doing your job to earn it. Plus a little bit more, growing your business more. The gifts, like Dina talked about, she'll work for a little some incentive. I'm totally the same way. So I had found that so fun with Arbonne. It could be even the smallest darn thing. Y'all know me and my Starbucks gift cards. And so that really motivates me. And I think it's just because it's something different, Dina's laughing, but it's like something extra. And when in my current job prior was I going to be rewarded for doing something, just a little something extra. So that is motivating to many of us. And the world-class training and mentorship. So I'm going on all about this, the trips, the gifts, but this really is like the best part. This is free training and free mentorship. So the people you will be able to surround yourself with in our business, in Arbonne, in our upline, it is very unlikely you're going to have those people just want to, chat with you, want to help you build your business, help you realize that you can be the best you, all for free. So I have found that to be really, really rewarding, because I've seen the difference it's made, well, of course in my business, but also just in my personal life. So in my marriage and my, my friendships, and just my value of myself, those sorts of deep things that sometimes we don't address and they need to be, this kind of forces you to. So it's a good thing. And then our favorite question here. This is the question that kind of got me, and it gets a lot of us. But where will you be in 5 years if you continue to do what you're doing, especially financially? I didn't love that question was presented to me, because I didn't love the answer I had for it. So I don't know that if that's you. And honestly, I think it's a lot of us that we don't really think about where we're going to be in 5 years. And a business like Arbonne allows us to think about it and be excited about it. So there's the difference. And then the last one is, if something unforeseen were to happen to the main source of income in your household, how long could you get by on what you have saved? Again, not a question we always love the answer to. But I'll tell you, especially now that I'm at home with I have, I bring in salary for our family and income for our family. But gosh, that would be scary if I were just like full-time stay-at-home mom and didn't have my Arbonne business. It would be concerning to me, because I really think it's important to have your own something, no matter what happens, no matter what crosses your path. It's good at the end of the day, when I go to sleep, wake up in the morning, that I know we have that bit of security. And I know my husband appreciates that too. So the last slide says design your dream lifestyle and create the life you deserve. And I think I shared this at the beginning that we all deserve whatever we want. It's a part of kind of digging in within you to realize what it is that you want and then realizing, okay, I deserve that. And now here's a path that can help me achieve that. So it's a little bit of the step system, you know. Sometimes we realize in the opposite way, like we just see a great opportunity, go for it, and then kind of backtrack and think, oh, these are my dreams and I do deserve this. And sometimes it moves the other way. So I am going to close out on that.
Awesome, Connolly. Thank you so very, very much.
Welcome.
Pictures here. Con, don't go too far because we're going to do a recognition yet. But I so appreciate Connolly. And, you know, if you wonder who it is that's going to join you in business, as those of you who maybe don't know us before tonight know, I didn't even know Connolly. I didn't sponsor Connolly. I didn't ask Connolly to do the business because I didn't know her. But I sponsored her very best friend from college, and who is still, you know, a product user, not doing the business anymore, but introduced Connolly to the business. So you just never know. And my, you know, story of a sample pack, you know, Lynn, who Connolly mentioned, who has trained both of us, when she was finishing her residency in Texas, she had no idea there was this middle-aged, you know, bored to tears with her home-based business, you know, person out here in Virginia. But she sponsored her best friend, who sponsored her friend, who sponsored that person whose whose sister was my friend. So you have no idea where a little sample pack, you know, who would know who would know who. And all it was a sample pack in the mail and someone asking a very uninterested person if they would listen to a little bit of information. So you never know who in your life is looking. Oh, the next part, thanks again. The next part that we want to do is recognition of the consultants who are either in qualification for the next level. Oh, do you need to move? Or we where we can be here. Okay. Either in qualification or have reached a new level. And so I know a lot of them are not here tonight, but I'm just going to start. Some are out of town. The first is Kretzer Combs, sponsored by Jesse Collier, who's in Maryland. Good reason not to be here tonight. Is Mara here? Dottie. Sponsored by Dottie Brown. Jeanette Stoneman is here tonight. Come on up here. These are all those in qualification for district manager. Stay here because we're going to take a picture here, Jeanette. So great to have you and great work. Jamie Miller.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Connolly. Zia. It's sponsored by Connolly, who is out of town. Ginger Rucker, sponsored by Connolly, I know is here tonight. And Roseanne Stoltz is in Pennsylvania, in qualification, sponsored by Jamie Stoltz, not here. Becky Von Meister, sponsored by me. I saw you slip in there. Come on up here. And Jessica, are you here? Jessica Moore, sponsored by Laura Bodie. And Nicole Sparrow, sponsored by Amy Muir. Up here, Nicole, can you move? Little running injury. She might be walking like an old lady here, but she's really young,
In heels,
really energetic.
In heels.
Yeah, we're impressed.
Congrats, Nicole. And Catherine Campana in Virginia. Virginia sponsored, and Fredericksburg sponsored by Jamie Stafford. Marie Ward did not leave you out in Virginia, sponsored by me. So, and Carmen Jr. catching a picture of my left my phone over there of the new. So congrats, all of these are in qualification for your first promotion. So hope to see you all smile.
I'm taking pictures.
Yeah.
Back here in finishing district on February 1st. So congrats, all of you. So sorry, Nicole. You're a trooper to come tonight. When Nicole sits down, we'll recognize. No. We have an awesome new recognition tonight, and we have a new district manager, Dottie Brown. This is not Dottie. This is Jesse Collier. Jesse Collier sponsored Dottie. Come up here, Dottie.
Okay, so we're going to try to get through
Okay,
this.
we got to make a little head
Oh
thing.
no, but Dottie.
Should we do a picture first before there might be any tears?
Oh,
Yeah, she can sit down.
I have two.
There you go. Thank you.
Right, this is Jesse's family.
We got a Facebook crazy group of consultants here, so we got to have all kinds of pictures.
All right, so Dottie is one of the most caring, genuine, real people, spiritual person you will ever meet, and I am so honored for her to be on my team. I brought up Arbonne with her after I took one of her amazing yoga classes because she's one of the best yoga instructors ever. Right, Con?
Yeah, I'm shaking my head.
Yeah.
I already told both of them. Like,
No, it's not fluff. It's real. It's real. And so I went up to her and I was like, "Oh, so did you want to try that protein?" I thought that I had already brought up the conversation with her. No, it was a different instructor that I had brought it up with, and she was like, "Well, it's okay. What are you talking about?" So she
Jessie.
tried it, loved it, and then she wanted to try the RA9 set, and then didn't want to give it back. So she signed up for the discount, and then after having a conversation with her, she is a fitness instructor, and she realized that she didn't want to be teaching classes forever, and this is an awesome retirement plan. So I just love that this business can help anyone at any stage of life, from any from any background whatsoever, and so I am so excited for you.
Thank you.
This is from your district manager, myself, from your area manager, and from your
Thank
There
you so
you go.
much.
And we didn't coordinate. We did not plan the last one. Great minds think alike. So congrats. We are loving getting to know you. You'll be so congrats, Dottie. Dottie is going to GTC with us and already has as you saw me writing a letter yesterday to the region while people were saying, "Oh, I can't do anything with December." Dottie was just simply sharing, especially the clean eating program. I think every time I turned on my email, it was, "I have another person. Can you add them to the clean eating page?" And had one after another. So she's going to have the most fit family and friends and all of that. So you got some accountability there because you got a bunch of them doing it with you. So congrats. And then the next, what we always recognize in my view, is those who earn their district manager bonus each month. And for those who are new, that is double the volume that it takes to maintain district. It's $2,500 in sales to maintain district manager, which averages to a little more than $600 a week. Not that it's measured by that, but just so you can know that that's very doable. But if you double that and have $5,000 in your district, not you running around like a crazy person, but in your district with 5 new preferred clients or consultants, then you receive a $200 bonus from Arbonne, and you get, as Connolly referenced, Starbucks cards from me at the meeting. So we had 2 this month, besides myself, that received the district manager bonus. I reward myself with Starbucks cards. So Jessie and Connolly, come up here. And district manager bonus. One says, Connolly, you girls may just stay right here because you'll get some more cards. Because we also like to recognize those who receive their area bonus, which is having double the amount. Both of these are area managers. And if you have double of the amount that's for your area, which is $10,000, and have $20,000 in your area, and 10 new preferred clients or consultants, you receive a nice $400 bonus from Arbonne and another $5 Starbucks card. And y'all are so used to Connolly coming out for this area bonus all the time. This is Jessie's first time she's not been an area manager very long to be getting your bonus. It's huge. And you two just stay right where you are, because the other thing we recognize for is something we call the perfect brick. Y'all learning a lot of strange new words tonight if you're new. The perfect brick is what we call the foundation of our business, and that's working your business in a way that others can copy what you do and succeed, and it's having that $2,500 in sales that you have generated, you and your new preferred clients, you and your new consultants, and having those 5 new preferred clients or consultants each month. And so what you get from Arbonne is your business grows. And you girls are going to be going through Starbucks. I'll never get a conversation with y'all now. So anyway,
Here, hold up your phone.
oh gosh, y'all are too funny.
Don't show that to the cleaning.
You can get
And that area bonus, by the way, is also means you're halfway to region qualification. So that is pretty cool. And then I want to just recognize every single person in this room who is a consultant who's part of our region. Not so sidelines. This is not you this time, but the consultants at any level, even if you just started your business last month. I just want you all to stand for a second because I want to say something to you. All right? We don't normally do this. Y'all are like, "What's this? Is not on the script." I just want to recognize that you all are those who are following that job description that I said, and because you all are working for your dreams and the life that you want to create, and I know many of your whys and what it is that you're trying to create, you all together brought us to the halfway to nation qualification. So this is I'm happy for you. I want to find a chair here I would sit and clap for you. So sit back down, and I just want to thank you because that is what it means to work together as a team and watch your district become an area and watch your area become a region. I love what Rita Davenport said. I think I said it on the region call last night. You can have whatever you want in life as long as you help others get what they want. And so this halfway to nation, what that means to me is not that I am doing something, but it means that you all, I'm having the privilege of helping you all to create that life and those choices that you want. And just to encourage you that anyone can do this, I told you a couple of weeks ago that I looked for this garment and couldn't find it. I found it. It's amazing when you have to dig for Christmas decorations, what you can find. And so if you want some encouragement that anyone can build a business and get to the VP levels, you want me to put this on the poster here. This was my go-to garment when I worked and doing nothing but pre-employment screening, no makeup, and this is all, I can't believe that, this is just embarrassing.
Every day of my life.
High, trust level in French. Doesn't have feet. Is that not the most horrible thing you've ever seen?
Every day.
How comfortable is this? And if all you had to do was sit at a desk and make phone calls and type something, you were never going to see anyone. I can't believe I even had my husband watch me in this thing. He actually bought this, by the way. So, if I can start, and I knew I wasn't seeing people. I always tell people when they say, "Oh, I'm so busy and I've got all these activities and kids." You are right in the middle of it. I was hibernating in the house with no makeup and had gone there with every week, every month, every year that I did that job. I was, Alice, control yourself. I will never throw that away. It might have to come out on a once-a-year reminder of where I've been. But anyway, if I could get out and begin to start and talk to real people again out in the real world, anyone can do this business. All right, next we're going to move on from that quickly, and we're going to have Amy, Carly, Laura, you all come up and do what you know to do in the next few minutes. What is this here?
So I just want to take a second because we just need to, can we just applause for that? I mean, it's just wonderful, and you're such an amazing leader, and none of us would be here without you. So now I'm not going to cry, but I just want to say thank you.
Not in your script, but you're welcome, Amy. Thank you.
Congratulations. So I'm going to talk about the Strong Start and Fast Start program, and we talked about the system is very simple, but you have to work. So what Arbonne does, it's a really awesome program, and it's something that I absolutely took advantage of. And so what happens is in the first 1, 2, or 3 months, you are looking to have $6,000 in retail volume. So if you want to take part in this program, the very first, I think it's in the very first month, once you have a retail volume of $1,000, and you are, I guess in your success line, thank you. In your success line, you automatically get enrolled into this program. And you get the first item is the bag. Who has the Arbonne bag? I have it sitting over here. So there's the bag. So once you do that, you automatically are enrolled into it, and Arbonne will send you that really awesome bag, and you can't get it any other way than participating in this program. God bless you. So it is a really awesome bag. The next item that you can earn is the Arbonne necklace, and I meant to wear it tonight and I forgot. Does anybody have the keychain necklace? this on. It looks like, I don't know if you can kind of see here, but it's a really pretty sparkly necklace that you earn once you achieve the 2,000 volume goal. And then in month 3, and you want to do that 3,000 volume goal, or you can do it before, but in the 3rd month, and you get a free RE9 set. So you get a free, this is a $350 value that you get for free that Arbonne will send to you. And if you do that within that 3 months, like I said, you could do it quicker, or you can do it over 3 months. You also will get a $700 product voucher that you can use to spend on any of the Arbonne products that you want. So Arbonne pays you your commissions, you get all of those things, but if you do get to work right away, you also get all of those items. So it's great. It's a great way to start your business. So I absolutely took advantage of it, and I encourage those of you that can go ahead and take advantage of it.
Thanks, Amy. And
Me. I'm going.
Carly. Okay.
I don't remember.
So I'm just going to talk really briefly about how you can go to GTC for free. So I know we have a lot of people signed up for GTC this year, which is our global training conference. It happens once a year in Vegas, and we get to hear from some amazing women in Arbonne, leaders in Arbonne, who are just inspiring and share the ins and outs of this business, but it's extremely motivational, and it's also a great excuse to get away. If you have kids, it's a really great excuse to do it. But every year, Arbonne offers an incentive of how you can work to earn back your conference fee. And Arbonne has also made it really affordable if you're a brand new consultant. In your start month, if you sign up, it's only $99 for the conference. So take advantage of that, and there's some requirements that you can check out online. But if you're a consultant and you would like to earn it for free, then over January and February, you need to have a total of $5,000 in your success line, which is your volume and then anybody on your team, with 1,000 of it being personal retail volume. So that means anything that you personally put in, and any of your preferred clients and any retail clients. All of that counts as PRV. It just doesn't count any consultants volume on your team. And that is level 1. So if you can do the 5,000 over 2 months, you will earn GTC for free. And then level 2 is a $600 cash bonus that Arbonne will give you. So you get a little spending money. You can use it towards your flight, or you can use it for anything that you want. Don't think it has to be related to GTC, actually. So you're a shopping trip. But
You don't get it unless you go there.
You have to go to GTC, but you don't have to spend it there. So for consultants, level 2 is $10,000 over these next 2 months in success volume, and $2,000 of that has to be the PRV. So again, that breaks it down. It's very doable, even if you're a brand new consultant in January. Those are goals that you're already setting to reach district manager. So it's actually kind of an added bonus. And then especially if you start in January, with what Amy just talked about with Fast Start, that's even more rewards if you're driven by that. And then if you're a district manager or above, the requirements are higher. So to earn GTC for free, it's $15,000 over the next 2 months with a PRV of $1,500 to earn it for free. And then if you would like that $600 cash bonus, you need to get the $30,000 cumulative, and the $3,000 of it must be your PRV. So again, just to break it down, but very doable, very exciting, and a good way to earn back a great conference.
Great. Thank you, Carly. And that's all on the source. Laura, I know you're up next, but while we're on the GTC subject, is anyone in here registered for GTC since I gave out the GTC bracelets the last time? Ginger has. We've got, last time I checked, 20 of us in our group. Nicole, and Nicole, or did I see someone else's poll? And you are welcome. Anyone else that does not have those that's registered for GTC? All right. I know y'all can wear those all the time, but I need to.
Laura.
Yes, Laura. And Becky, are you leaving? Sorry.
It's a 3. It's an it. Agreed.
So at this, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the new products that just came out. A lot of us, I don't know if anybody even knew that we were going to have new products coming out. And then I remember somebody posting a picture on Facebook like, look what's new, and I got really excited. So, and I'm Laura Bodie, by the way. So one of the things that you can get, we do have nutrition ASVPs, and if you do order the nutrition ASVP, you do get this gym bag right now. It is limited time until they sell out, and if you've been in Arbonne any amount of time, you know whenever they put limited time or something cool, it sells out really quickly. So if you are interested in the gym bag or using it if you don't go to the gym, overnight bag, then definitely check out the ASVP. This is really cool. It's our 35th anniversary this year, 35th anniversary this year, and Arbonne has come out with kind of this cute little kit, or you can buy the products individually. Basically, what you'll see on here, the first thing is on the far right is left, my right, I guess. But to the far left is a bronzer. One of the cool things about this bronzer is that it actually hydrates at the same time that it's giving you that kind of nice summer glow, and it's not a shimmer blush or a shimmer bronzer, which a lot of people don't like, that gold flat kind of thing going on. So it's a shimmer-free bronzer that also holds in moisture. The bigger green bottle is the advanced overnight hydration mask. You do put it on overnight. It helps nourish, soften, tone, and smooth your skin all at the same time. It can be used on all different skin types, and it won't make your skin feel greasy. So if you're oily like me, you don't want to put on anything that makes you feel yucky in the morning. So that's the hydration mask. Excuse me. And then the instant wrinkle, sorry, I started from the bottom up. The advanced instant wrinkle filler, basically it helps with laugh lines, crow's feet, forehead creases, or all those like sleepless nights that I'm about to have, that I already have. It provides both immediate and long-term benefits, which is great. So you kind of get that immediate lift when you put it on your skin, the wrinkle filler immediately, but over the course of time it builds collagen and elastin, so it really plumps those wrinkles so they kind of disappear over time. Again, you can get them all together as part of a pack or separately. This was kind of cool. So they're coming out with the Valentine's edition. Again, it's limited time, so if you want it, order it early. It comes with 30 fit chews, 15 chocolate, and 15 caramel. So the price of it's $30, but obviously you get a discount if you're a preferred client or consultant. But again, it's 15 caramel, 15 chocolate.
Thank you. And that is great, Laura. Next, I asked area manager Jessie Collier, who you saw just a few times up here a while ago, to come and share because she is the goal-setting queen. And of course, in January, what a better time to hear some training on goal setting. And this is somebody who doesn't just talk it; she does it. So we're all ears.
Who loves goals? Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm weird, but I really love goals, and I just in December did the Strengths Finder book and test online, which is so helpful. So if you haven't done that, don't know what I'm talking about, look it up, do it. It is awesome, and it explains exactly why I love goals so much. So my first question is, are you where you wanted to be 36 months ago? Typically, the answer is no. I know it was for me when I was asked this question in November. So 3 years ago, I didn't even know what Arbonne was. I can't believe that it's only been 2 years since I started my Arbonne journey. And I thank God every day that I was presented with this opportunity. So a lot can happen in 3 years. I know I am definitely not the same person that I was when I started my business. And I would have never gotten up here to talk about goal setting 2 years ago either. So I love the quote that successful people aren't successful on accident. I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill right now, and the premise being thoughts are things, or what you think about, you bring about. And my team's probably sick and tired of me saying that because I say that all the time. I believe it to my core. Napoleon says, when you desire something so deeply that you stake your entire future in it, you will win. Do you know that desire for yourself? That's the first step to goal setting. I'm sure Dina is also sick of me sending revised copies of my goals. But every time I read more and learn more, I'm constantly tweaking and then sending them again, just so that I can have that accountability. When I first started writing goals in my business 2 years ago, it was all about the level that I wanted to achieve. And while my next goal is RVP, Regional Vice President, this goal is more about the person that I want to become and why I want to reach that level than the actual title. Pace is very important when we're talking about goals. If we go guns blazing right out of the gate, promising ourselves huge wins in a very short time frame, we will burn out and quit. If I said I wanted to be RVP next month, just now being halfway to region, that would not really be a very realistic goal for me. That would require a huge amount of time and probably at minimum 6 more direct district managers in the next 30 days. Possible? Maybe, but not for me and my given schedule that I have right now. We have to be true to ourselves and our stage of life when we're thinking about our goals. As a stay-at-home mom, this exercise has been very humbling. I have the mindset of a runner, but the schedule availability of a jogger. I have had to be honest with myself and accept where I'm at my journey, in my journey, and in the end, it is all about the journey, not the destination. Choose a pace and be consistent. Avoid sprinting and puking. This business is supposed to be challenging and fun, not miserable. We aren't guaranteed anything in life, so we need to take advantage of every moment and live life to the fullest. Who do you want to become in 2015? I found an article that talks about why we need to set goals, and I love how they presented it. For all you who have heard me train before, I love lists. This is 6. Just 6. 1, goals propel you forward. They keep us focused and give us something to plan and work for. 2, goals transform insurmountable mountains into walkable hills. Breaking goals down into bite-sized pieces makes our lofty goals achievable. 3, goals help us believe in ourselves. They fuel our ambition. 4, goals hold you accountable for failure. They help us look back and reevaluate if we need to make any changes. 5, goals tell you what you truly want. And 6, goals help us live life to the fullest. If we have an idea of where we want to go and what we want to do, we can be in tune to what else is waiting for us. For those of us who went to Keith Kochner's training in November, his leadership exchange, that event has completely changed the course of how I'm living my life going forward. So on Mentorfish, his online mentorship community, he talks about clearing and cutting every year, at the end of every year, and the importance of reflection and striving for true abundance in the coming year. In December, I went through the exercise of, looking at the good and the bad of 2014 in each area of true abundance: faith, foundation, finances, health, and relationships. I've never taken the time to reflect before then. It is very powerful. I literally went through everything that happened in 2014. And so what so often happens is we focus on the bad things that happened, and don't take the time to celebrate the great things that we were able to accomplish. I was able to list double the amount of good than the bad. This helps you move into the new year with a fresh perspective on what you can absolutely achieve. After I did that, I created my goals based on each area of true abundance, the 5 areas. While Arbonne is clearly a passion of mine, I have other goals in life as well. For instance, in my finances, paying off a credit card; in my relationships, date nights with my husband, one-on-one time with my daughter, reading a book a month, taking a cooking class every quarter, trying new fitness classes, and memorizing Bible verses. These are just a few of my goals. The key is that I've broken them down into manageable pieces, using tools like our weekly focus plan.
Yay.
Yay. Now I lost my place. Okay, so we need to have balance in our lives. If we have goals in our business, why shouldn't we have goals in every aspect of our life? So do you know what your mission is in life? Do you know what your vision is for your life? And it's not enough to just think about your goals. There's a lot of power in writing them down as well and declaring them. I found an article in Forbes that said There was a fascinating study conducted on the 1979 Harvard MBA program where graduate students were asked, have you set clear written goals for your future and made plans to accomplish them? The result, only 3% had written goals and plans, 13% had goals but they weren't in writing, and 84% had no goals at all. 10 years later, the same group was interviewed again, and the result was absolutely mind-blowing. The 13% of the class who had goals but did not write them down, they were earning twice the amount of the 84% who had no goals. The 3% who had written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% of the class combined. At the end of the day, it's not about perfection, it's about progression. So finally, where do you want to be 36 months from now? Tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. We aren't guaranteed another day, so let's live each moment like it's our last.
Excellent. And Jessie continues to push me when I get these emails with these, with the goals, and I love that. And that's what I could not have seen when I said I looked at these things and just thought I knew what they were. I had no idea that they were about personal growth, and they were about relationships, and they were about leading yourself and being able to lead others. And you're just seeing another illustration of that. So thank you so much. Connolly is going to close us out tonight, but before I know, I get a reminder from at least Carly if I don't get these raffles done. So Carly, and how about Dottie, new district manager, will let you run around and do the raffles, and then Connolly has a little close for us. So you're on.
Yeah. You got me on that one.
There are four. Think of them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You have to read them.
I know, but I don't want to pick them because when I pick mine, I don't want to be okay. 728596. Oh, 728580.
Oh.
I'm glad my goals made you.
728585.
No.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm 595.
Right here. Y'all know I can't read these, so.
728590.
One off.
Oh, that's One off.
I have one off.
That's always fun to do.
Well, I'm just going to do a quick close. Jessie, what you shared could have been our close in itself. So just one more little thought to leave you with. Some of you may have heard this story. Dina shared it, I don't even know when, at a meeting, and I, for some reason, thought of it, and Dina said, I have it, and I'll send it to you. That could be a good thing to close with. An old Indian is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside me, he said to the boy. It's a terrible fight, and it's between two wolves. One is evil. He has anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority. Lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you and inside of every other person too. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? The old Indian replied simply, the one you feed. So for consultants and guests alike, you guys, I feel like we all have these two wolves fighting inside of us all the time. It really is true, as Jessie was sharing. It's what we feed our mind as to which wolf we let win. And it's a conscious effort that we make not only daily, but every minute, which wolf chooses to win. So think about, just kind of an Arbonne correlation. One wolf might be hesitation, fear of failing, self-doubt, concern for what others think about us, while the other wolf is hope for our futures, a positive attitude, the ability to influence others and change not only our lives, but the lives of others. My challenge for you is to feed the wolf that will move you forward in 2015. It's, like I said, it's a conscious decision, so don't be so focused on your fears and what's gone wrong in your past, and this is aligning so perfectly with what you shared, but we have, you know, so often when we think about moving toward a new year, we want to do this massive reflection that often looks at what we didn't do right and what we want to change. So let's not be too focused on that where we forget what we did do right and what we want to do more of. And let those thoughts be the ones that you are feeding yourself, so that good wolf that will better you and your journey will be the one that you're feeding. This business has been described as a personal development business disguised as a skincare company. Do you want the chance to grow into the best you in 2015? I think we can all agree that we would check that off as something for a big, you know, major thing. We would love to look back. I mean, in, you know, not only 36 months, but in just 1 year, we'd love to look back and say, gosh, I'm such a different person than I was at the beginning of January or December 31st of 2015. But that is going to require, and we're all capable of it, but it's just going to require plugging in. So being at things like this together for those of us who are consultants and for those of you who are guests, for, you know, realizing you have this community to plug into, and that's a huge blessing because we don't have to do it alone. That's the good news. So I wish you all the best of the rest of your January as we move toward our best year yet, as my sister would say. That was our toast on New Year's Eve. Oh, New Year's Eve. It's our best year yet.
Yes. Thanks, Holly. Thank you so much for coming. We'll be back here the first Tuesday in February. So please feel